Welcome back. Yes, it's time for a theory episode, hopefully, as we head into the keep, speak to Smith, and we shall head down and start this part again. Welcome back. It's time for us to head into the old cube house and see what Schmidt has in store for us this time. Now, we're probably going to follow a similar pattern to what we did in Cold Steel 1, where we'll fight our way up to where the boss will be, and then we'll end that part there. This is going to basically be a massive theory episode. That's what we ended up doing in Cold Steel 1. We'll follow the similar pattern. So, you know, it's nice to have these little parts here and there, I feel. Just so you know where my head's at. That's that sort of thing. Right, so let's go speak to Schmidt up here then. Beep, boop, boom. Yes, I love that bit. Took you long enough, Schwarzer. It did. I assume you saw the request. Yeah, I looked over it. Said you were okay with the others from Class 7 joining in, right? Yes, I've already calibrated it with them in mind. Now, let's begin. Wait just a moment, please. We still need to get ready. The briefing is this afternoon. Once we start the keep trial, we won't have time for anything else. Class 7 together and... Call Class 7 together. Begin the keep trial. Yes. Understood. I'll call Class 7 over here. I will summon my assistant in that case. Also, Rean called up the members of Class 7 and explained to them how they'd be doing a keep trial together. Good. Also want to get some leveling up done as well. Never thought I'd end up here again. It's been some time since we were last here. A month and a half, if memory serves. I was here last time, so it's only been 3 weeks for me. I see. So we get left out and didn't even know, huh? It's not like that. The request last time was a bit last minute. That aside, I think this trial will be good training for you guys. So think of it as practice for our upcoming field exercises. I see. This may prove interesting after all. I had my doubts, but now I'm kind of getting fired up. I have no objections. This time, the keep will be set to level 2. You'll find it much more challenging than the previous level. I hope you enjoy it. Please be careful. I'll do everything I can to help navigate you safely. Is it seriously that dangerous? Well, I guess you got no choice but to plow through it. I eagerly await a greater challenge. I will give this trial my all. Agreed. I am ready to begin at any time. That's the spirit. Now let's get this started. Get me some good data down there. You may use the elevator in the back like last time. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. Please be careful, okay? I'll do my best to navigate for you guys. Thanks, Tita. Lovely. It's just how that smile returns at the end. It's like, oh, adorable. You may use the elevator in the back, same as before. This will be our second test, level 2. I can only pray your efforts yield substantial data. Alright. Just see if I can modify...
I'll help!
Oh, jeez, it's so loud. It's like, dear God, like, calm down. You don't have to scream at me. It's like, I think it's because it's trying to echo everything around here, and it's just like, it causes a problem. It's like, I'll help!
Thanks!
Like, what? I didn't hear you. It's like,
I'll help!
Oh my God, it's
Thanks.
like, yeah, alright, I'm out of here. It's hurting my ears. So loud. It's like in post it'll be, you know, much quieter, but right now it's loud. Begin keep level 2. It begins. Waiting a while to do my theories. It's like I'm itching to tell you guys what I'm thinking. But I said I'd save it for here, so... That's the pattern. Well, this was unexpected. It's green. Oh, some vents as well. Okay, interesting. Ein keep level 2. Good. That's what I like to see. It's like everything changed once we took the elevator. The monsters here are completely different. Stay on your toes, everyone. Understood. I don't have toes. They may have gotten stronger, but so have we. We can do this. You bet we can. Are you quite finished? Then without further ado, let the Ein keep level 2 trial begin. Please be careful, everyone. Alright. Our poses are engaged. Let's do this, Class 7. Yeah, alright then. We're gonna have to start using orders from here on. Good call. Ooh, Yuna's order Sledgehammer is now available. Kurt's order Wind Blade, it doesn't work the same, is now available.
Beginning search.
Alright then, I expect you to say more than that. I'm not gonna cut the fact I talked over it. Yeah, so I sort of like expected more to happen there with a... I need to check those orders. So, where to begin on... I should actually... Oh,
No way!
that's my fault for skipping at that point. I don't want to do that. Alright, where to begin on my theories?
Alright.
I think it's best to start with a certain event that seems so long ago now, because it is so long ago now. The little event we had in the forest, where that girl turned up basically and kissed Rean and he got more powerful and stuff like that.
An opening.
Good. Ooh,
My turn.
you destroyed that. Jeez,
My turn.
that's quite impressive. Yes. So yeah,
It's my turn.
I've got my notes right up on my screen right in front of me because it's sort of like
You can't escape.
I need my notes just so sort of like
I can
remind
still
myself
fight.
of what was going on and stuff like that.
Get back. My turn.
So we've got basically the first question is what's the barrier?
I
She
shall go.
mentioned it's like you've come in front of the barrier or something like that.
Battle complete. Let's continue.
Now I'm assuming it's obviously a barrier
Stop
protecting
updating.
something in that area. So my mind started to think, well, what could it be protecting? What's there that could that would need a barrier around it?
Very well.
My
It's
turn.
like I'm not entirely sure, obviously, because it's not explained at that point. But what did explain? What?
It's a dead end.
All right, it's not.
We're, doing this test with a different layout. I forgot to mention it.
So we'll have to crawl through the duct. I hope the girls are okay with this.
Really?
Why do we have to do this?
Because it's part of the Oh, I see. It's dark, so I can't see anything.
I don't want to hear another word. Don't stop in the middle of a duct.
All right, jeez. Where was I? I don't know. I can't remember. That's the only problem. Like, try and do this and they've got little scenes going on. So I want to allow to explain my theory. Yes. She mentioned the barrier. What could it be protecting?
Now,
No,
brace
that didn't go
yourself.
well either. Just go normal attacks. And how to be protecting
It's my
something
turn.
that's massively important, and what did they mention around that point? They mentioned stories of, like, witches and stuff like that. It's like,
Not today.
They also made reference to
It's my turn.
Vita and the flowers in that area. Like she smelled like the flowers or something like that. Her perfume was of those flowers. So it's like, so obviously she uses those flowers, so she must have been there quite a bit.
Very well.
And the fact like Emma had definitely come up because they showed an image of Emma at that point.
Let's go.
Clearly the area is also related to Emma. And the fact she was
I shall go.
nearby as well, as we found out later on, I'm inclined to believe it's somehow related to the witches. So it's like, okay, so if it's related to the witches, what would it be?
Not today.
Not today.
All right.
Maybe today though.
There.
So the only thing I can think of is like
I'm
it's gonna be the home of the witches, isn't it?
Gale.
Whatever that's called, because I'm sure
Very
they've named
well.
it before, but I cannot remember. But it's gonna be where
should
Emma
go.
and Vita are actually from.
There.
It's gonna cause someone to die by doing that. Yep, my fault. Again, it's like I'm too focused on talking. It's like I'm not focused on
Foolish. I'm up.
doing this. So it's like, let's get stuff dead if I can. Probably gonna die as a result of that.
I can't lose.
I mean, you can. Get it, Rean.
Get back.
We'll recover from this.
All right, nice work.
I mean, look at that level difference. I really do need to sort that out. I want to get everyone up to at least probably 25 by the end of this. That's my aim, by the way. Okay, so let's see about reviving bombs. That's my own fault again. I need something that like heals the group. The arts would be better for that one too. There we go. Lovely. Right. So, yes.
Yeah.
So it would be the home of Vita and Emma, which therefore means that whoever we saw has to be somehow related to them. So I'm assuming it's going to be...
Oh, a treasure chest.
It's going to be treasure chest. Oh, apparently it's going to be a treasure chest. The little girl that Rean saw is going to be connected to them. It's going to be like the leader of the witches is what I can think there. Which would mean that's their grandmother or what, however they described her. She's like, okay. So she's going to clearly have some mystical
It's a bit
power.
cramped.
That's it. Right. So yeah, some kind of mystical power that makes it so she doesn't seem to age. Is all I can think of. Which would then make me believe, like, well, what kind of power would that be within this world? It's like, well, a Septarian. Septarian should surely be able to slow down your aging, stop your aging. And then if it's connected to a Septarian, which one would it be? And the fact everything was red, I'd say the fire-based Septarian. That's what I'm thinking there. If that all makes sense. So it's like, what's the best way to sum it all up? The barrier is just something that's hiding away the witch's home. It's where Vita and Emma are from. The person we saw that kissed Rean is actually the leader of the witches, the one we've heard about previously from Emma and Vita themselves, and that she's also somehow connected to a Septarian, which is fire. And that's what I've sort of figured out from all that so far.
My turn.
What do I want to do here? Try to focus on this one, because I basically got to the end of my point and that was, so now I can focus on what I'm doing here. So let's see. I want to do the arts. Can't do the arts. Can't do anything there. So,
Arcus, activate.
we'll focus now.
All right.
In fact, no, we'll run.
Let's fall back.
So I do that, don't I? I run. It's fine.
We're surrounded.
Couldn't flee.
Now, begin retreat, exiting the battlefield.
Good, that worked.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. I'll run away from things, because why not? So I'm doing my spiel, my speakings. Right, so that's the first one of what was going on with Chapter 1. So the second thing that I feel is important to talk about in theory-wise is Hamel, whatever you want to call it. Now, it's clearly, obviously, it's beyond a shred of a doubt, it's clearly connected to Trails in the Sky. There's no way around that. That thing's coming close to me. I can see it on the map. It's like, stay away. I am trying to open boxes.
Yeah. I won't go easy.
I mean, it came right at me.
Let's fall back later.
Jeez. How rude can you be? Like, come now. I want that chest, clearly.
Yeah.
Good. Can I not?
This isn't
Oh, I was pressing R2. I was
Let's
pressing
fall back. Keep
R2,
moving.
game. Because I knew that was going to happen. Got away with 30%. Wow, that's a cool chest. Okay, so, yes. Hamel, clearly connected to Trails in the Sky. Someone clearly dies in Trails in the Sky, the dude who was buried, and he had a sword that was similar to the one we saw in Cold Steel 2 that McBurn had. All right then.
Enemy found. Begin suppression.
Obviously, do not tell me anything about Trails in the Sky, or that ruins the experiment, doesn't it?
Take this.
It would just ruin the experiment. Be pointless. Let's go, Rush.
I got it. My turn.
Your turn. Yeah, we'll go with that. So we should get one dead that way.
There.
Go Rush again.
Juna.
I got it. There.
Let's go. Ha! It's down.
Yeah, our BP's built back up.
This is the end.
Now. Target's eliminated.
And
Move
dude.
out.
Lovely. Level up, O's.
I did it!
Yeah. They're strong. How in the world did he get archaisms in here? There's monsters too. Where does he get these things? Can't speak for the machines, but I know that the army collects the monsters. And Professor Schmidt is nothing if not well connected. He is the man who designed both the Panzersoldats and the railway guns. No, he's the one who made those things? The ones that were deployed on the Crossbelt border? Yes, that you destroyed. Not you literally, as in Crossbelt. That's right, I forgot that you had to face them down. 80 Jaegers guns with high destructive power, even at very long range. That's right. The fortress had them pointed right at Crossbelt City. That's the man who made them. Yeah. Juna? Fine. Bring it on. You want to test me, Professor? Then I'll take your test and I'll ace it. Good. Use that fire. Just make sure it doesn't cloud your judgment, clear? As crisp as spring morning. See, that's the dynamic I wanted to grow based on what had happened in Chapter 1. What happened there between them two. Just that little bit there. It's like, good. This is why I trust Falcom's writing, because it's like they do this stuff on purpose and then it pays off. Good. Kurt, Ali, I'm going to need your help. Right, you got it. I don't entirely understand, but you have my full support. Good.
How many are there? Ugh, damn you, Professor!
Sorry, Yuna. That's the last act, I promise.
Is it though? You say that, but it's going to split into two different directions at this point. So anyway, where were we? Like, someone in Trails in the Sky dies. Going to be important. I think I know who it is in terms of what they've said. And it's just very much a case of when we get to Trails in the Sky, I'm going to be very, very interested in his story. Have more focus on it now. Now, it's like I've said before, it's like the fact I know he died. Now I'm very intrigued in this story. How did that come to be? How did that happen? Were the signs there? Like, what significance does it have? What impacts does it have on people? All this type of stuff.
I found some treasure!
His entire story has become much more significant to me. It's like, I really want to know now. Like, let's put it this way. It's like, Estelle and Joshua are not as important to me as the dude who's dead. In terms of the grand scheme of things as I know it right now. Because I want to know what happened to him. What happened? Obviously, again, don't tell me. I'm going to find out in the games. But when we get there, I'm going to be very, very intrigued. But that's just me going off on one. We haven't covered the rest of the theory I've got going on with Hamel. So clearly, the events of the 100 Days War and Hamel are connected to Osborn's rise to power. That much pretty much obvious, isn't it? I mean, everything seems to be connected to him at some point in this game. Well, in this series. Cold Steel part of it anyway. It's clearly somehow connected to him. And I'm assuming as a result of that, it's going to be connected to Rean. Especially because of the fact he had that reveal moment when he was there. He had like these flashes of memories. Like, well, something has to be significant to him if that's the case.
We'll end this quick!
It just has to be. Let's go. Like, screw it. Let's go with this. Let's have a bit of fun. I can carry on speaking then as well. Yeah, so Rean had his reveal moment. This means that something at that point, with the 100 Days War and what happened with Hamel, has something to do with the Chancellor, which has something to do with the reason, based on the timing, that he split up with Rean. There's got to be an event at that point that causes him to be separated from Rean. That's got to be the moment. That's got to be it. Which would therefore mean that has clearly got to be something to do with the event that caused him to have the scar on his chest.
Wide open!
Clearly.
Now.
But that's all I've got to go on at this point. That's all I can figure out from that.
There.
Is something happened in Hamel that caused Osborn's rise to power, but also caused Rean to separate from his father end up being adopted by the Schwarzer family, but also at the same time caused him to have his massive scar on his chest. So it's just like, intriguing. And I'm assuming, am I okay to head through that? I'm gonna make a save just in case. Because I'm assuming it's just gonna be a room with like an orbment thingy in it. We shall see. Because I don't want to do the boss yet. Yeah, there we go. Because it is like...
a good spot for a break.
Indeed. Because it is very much like we are doing, like I said, what we're doing in Cold Steel 1. This will be the end of this part. It's just we're traveling through theory part. That's it. So we're done in this part. So let's recap my theories so far so we know where we're at. Simple as that. The barrier and the little girl are somehow connected to the witches. I'm going to assume that's going to be the witch's home. Now, it's protected by a barrier and is very near St. Ark. The little girl that we saw is the leader of the witches, and she's somehow connected to a septarium, which is probably fire based on the fact everything was red. So I think it makes sense. Hamel clearly connected to Trails in the Sky. Someone died in Trails in the Sky and had a sword similar to McBurn. The events of the 100 Days War / Hamel is connected to Osborn's rise to power. The timing of it would mean it's a connection to Rean, especially because Rean had a reveal moment. This means that something happened to Rean to be separated from Osborn around that time, which would also mean that it would be how he got his scar on his chest. That's the theory so far. Like, again, do not confirm or deny anything in that, because I could be massively off base. Massively. And I want to be surprised if I'm massively off base, or I want to find out later on that I was spot on, and that'll be also as interesting. So it's like, I don't want to know yet. I want the game to tell me. So we shall see. So yeah, that's us done for this part. Hope you enjoyed the theories, so the people who enjoy the theory parts. Yes, now I know, now. So that's us done for this part. We shall see you in the next part when we proceed onwards after I've done some leveling up to kill a boss. Hopefully. See you then. Ta-ta. For now.